Hello, world, and welcome back to the bench. Tonight, we're going to have an easy one. We're going to get a win. It's going to be easy. I already know it because I have a little bit of the past to help me out. We're going to talk about Ryan SX-64. Before I get into work on the bench, let's go back to a later conversation where Ryan showed me some things that are making me very helpful today.
Woo-hoo! Hello, world, and welcome back to Ryan's bench. Ryan, that is you down back here below me, and then that's you on your bench over in the East Coast with a Commodore SX-64. Tell everyone how in the world we got here today.
Well, my co-host here, Rich, was out on the East Coast actually until this morning as we're recording this. We were hanging out, having an awesome time. We made a pilgrimage to System Source yesterday, which is amazing. System Source is an absolutely amazing museum. If you're out here on the East Coast, I highly recommend you go pay them a visit. They do an amazing job. They were supposed to have a swap meet yesterday, which is the Saturday. It got moved. Unfortunately, it was going to rain on Saturday, and did it rain? We went over to System Source Saturday, did the tour, wandered around, saw stuff. On the way back, wow, did it rain? So they definitely made the right call. But what that means is Rich wasn't here for the swap meet. I know, he was super sad. So I dropped him off at the airport this morning. I went back to the flea market today, caught the tail end of it. And while walking around, I found an SX-64.
What?
It's right there. It's on my bench, aka kitchen table. But
It's a bench. It's a bench.
it's a bench. It is right here. I have not turned it on. I have not done anything. I've sent him some photos. So I was taking photos. Luckily, Rich had Wi-Fi on his flight and made a deal with the guy selling it and brought it home. By the way, this guy is heavy. You will see, Rich might drop the other one that he has.
I'm not dropping this one.
Do not drop this one. And I'll have to figure out how to pack it up in all kinds of bubble wrap and get it out to him.
And ship it to Texas.
And get it to Texas. This is weird, right? You found all the Amiga stuff in Texas and shipped it to the East Coast. And now I'm finding all the 8-bit stuff and shipping it back to Texas. This is so weird how this is working out. But today, we're going to go turn it on. It is currently plugged in. The power strip is off. And you're going to have to help walk me through because I know there's buttons on the inside.
Okay, there is an on-off on the back too. So
there is.
Yeah, okay. So maybe take a peek and make sure that's off, and we'll see. And by the way, everyone, notice there's a homebrew keyboard cable sitting right there too.
Yes. So I'm going to get up and I'm going to talk a little bit from the bench. Hopefully my audio is not too bad, but I'm going to pull the keyboard off the front so we can see the monitor and hopefully it'll come on. And I'm going to go plug in the homebrew cable into the back of the keyboard before I turn it on, and we're going to see what happens.
So while Ryan's doing that, I'm not going to talk about prices like per verbatim, right? But you all know that I've just worked on that SX-64 that didn't have a keyboard. This one was just a tad bit more. It was just a tad bit more that it was cheaper than me even going to find another keyboard. It was just a teeny tick up. So if you have those retro groups around you, go check them out. Buying on Facebook Marketplace, buying on eBay, all those things are great. But when you find people in the community that are like, hey, I'm kind of done with this and I want to pass it on to someone, those prices are usually a little bit more kind. They're not as competitive along those lines. Ryan did mention that this was the second SX-64 at this meetup. The first one was already gone, and this one was there. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. As you can see, he brought the keyboard down, had a great piece of foam in there, couple diskettes. Don't know what they say. Ryan, what do they say?
This one says nothing. This one looks like it has somebody's name on it, so I'm not going to read that out loud.
Right.
And this one says nothing.
Okay, well, let's see what happens when we turn it on. Maybe we'll be able to see if the drive works.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Turn this
I am
on.
so ready. I was on the airplane jonesing to see this.
All right.
Oh boy, what's going to happen? What's everybody think? Wah, wah. Put in comments below. We got a power light on the drive. It spun up.
Who did it?
Yep. The tube takes a moment to warm. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. We are oversaturated on the tube, but we saw it come together. I'm not going to tell you to worry about the saturation level, but we are oversaturated. Do you have a prompt?
Yeah, it says SX-64 basic version 2.0, 64K RAM system, 38911 bytes, basic bytes free, ready.
Tell me the keyboard works. Hit A. Do we get an A? I can't see the screen as well as you can.
Is there a way to adjust? Oh, there's this little thing in here, right?
Oh yeah, open that little door that took me like 20 minutes to find.
Let's see, volume.
Contrast is probably the big one. Oh my God, Ryan.
I'm going the wrong way.
Oh, that looks much better. Yep.
Okay, because that looks terrible here, so that's good. Ooh, the light on the lock key works.
Okay, that's good.
Then it went out.
By the way, your arm's in the way for everybody at home.
All right.
So keyboard's not working.
No, it's doing something. I did a syntax error. All right, I'm going to move the keyboard off screen a little bit so you can see what's happening when I type.
I mean, if they have the same pinout problems I've been running against, this is going to make me crazy.
I think I'm used to not pressing as hard.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, that went up to the corner. You got like a home on that.
Yeah, because I don't know how a 64 works. I don't know how to do a backspace. How do you do a backspace? Insert delete? Oh, there we go.
Delete.
You have to hit the keys pretty hard.
Okay, that could mean it needs a little bit of love. It might need a new membrane in there. I think that's a membrane keyboard.
I don't know. Where's the quote? How do I? Oh, there's the quote up there. How do you do this? All the keys are in different spots.
What? How about QWERTY? Just type QWERTY.
It printed hello, except I did it wrong. I printed pet ASCII instead, but it actually did a print hello, and it actually did it.
Okay, that's awesome.
The problem, you got to press pretty hard on the keys.
That sounds like it needs a little love.
It feels good, but they're just not making a ton of you've got to push.
And by the way, I have read a little bit about the length of cable related to this keyboard situation. Don't know if it's real or not, but that's a lot of cable in front of you too. That looks like it's probably 4 feet.
Probably pretty easy. 10 print hello. 20 go to.
Oh my God, Ryan, that's working, dude. You're slamming the keys, but it's working. There we go. I think we got a winner, bro. I think we got a winner.
Yeah,
I can't believe this.
That's fantastic. I'm glad I now have an SX. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah, no. If you get an SX-64, I better get an Amiga 600 in the box. That's all I can tell you.
Nice.
Well, hopefully that told you a little bit about the story of Ryan SX. Now let's do a bigger test of Ryan SX. And that's why I'm so hopeful that things are going to be great, because they just started off so well. I got everything plugged in. Let me go ahead and turn stuff on and let's see what happens. We got some lights. By the way, that's the joystick from Industrious Rabbit we got at one of the VCF East he made for us. So that's pretty cool. We got things powered up. Oh, you know what? I need to do the video cable. Hold on. Oh, and it even looks really nice on the video output. Okay, Ryan SX-64 video out, check. It's coming out, running in, you guys can see it. I did get a different cable than Ryan was using. This is an eBay SX-64 replacement cable. Just a ribbon cable with some ends on it that are really easy to plug in. Let's just do a quick little uh-oh, what's wrong here? Uh-oh, that is not what was going on for Ryan. Is everything plugged okay? Uh-oh. Something's off. Let's hope it's my plugging skills. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I plugged that in at the body there, not as nice. Okay, we're back to being right. Okay, that's great. Keyboard is doing keyboard things. There are definitely a few keys that could use a check. So this keyboard will have to be opened at some point. I'm going to need to learn more before I go opening this keyboard at a certain point. You know, I kind of just hack through a lot of things. I think I better learn a little bit more about this keyboard before I go cracking it open, because I think the rarity of keyboards that work with the SX-64 and they all mate together is probably getting pretty scarce compared to Commodore 64 bread bins and things like that. So that's on the list. Let's take a look at a game. We got a joystick hooked up. We got Kickman going in. Let's see what happens. That's always a great sign. Okay, use my fire button, maybe F1. And now let's try that. Oh, I bet you I'm in the wrong controller port. Plus, I can't test up and down with that game. But we did have sound. We had sound, so that was a good thing. Let's see what else we got down here. Centipede. Let's take a look at old Centipede. We've now moved you to the other port for the joystick. All right. Press F1. F1. Uh-oh. I'm going to take off the homebrew joystick. And let's bring over Wacko? Wacko? All right, let's try this guy. Back in, does it say what port? Oh, that's controller 2. This is controller 1. All right, it did say what port. Let's try this again. Nope, not good things on the ports. That's okay. It's good to know what we're getting into. So we do get to write up that the ports don't work. Now let's test the disk drive. And what better way than to use Stealth Mission? How about that? Let's use Stealth Mission to test this. That is awesome. Volume worked. So now I'll have to figure out why the keyboard, well, the keyboard we know just needs some love. Oh, wrong button. Why was that? Oh. Got to use the right things. I'm not searching directories. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good either. That drive does not sound pretty. You can hear that, I hope. Da, 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 da. I'm going to try this real quick. Oh, I didn't put the lever down. I didn't have the lever down. That was operator error. Oh, that sounded better. Yep, we're loading. All right, you all know this takes forever to load, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, this drive's doing great. Sounded great, worked great, loaded up. Stealth mission is ready to go. All right, let's recap. It looks like joystick issues and keyboard needs a little bit of love. Luckily, we got a whole nother SX-64 with donor parts to kind of help bring together maybe anything on the joystick, because it had a working joystick. And I need to research this. I do want to try the reset button. It did not work on the other unit. And I was looking here inside the little front little cabinet area, which I'll show you at the end. And I just want to press it and see what happens. I think it's just going to reset the unit, like reboot. Well, nope, nothing happened there. Let me try again. All right, I needed to learn what the reset button means. I just had to guess that's what it was and figure out if that's actually what it's supposed to do. Let's turn things off. Let's take a look on the outside around the unit and see how things look. So body-wise, I am not too sure it is possible to get an old SX without some bruising. This guy has a little gouge right here, whereas on the other unit, I got a dent right there. I do have the little caps for the end of the arm, which is pretty awesome. We take a look at the bottom. All the little feet are in place. And I do have the keyboard cable plugged in. That is kind of a pain to plug and unplug. So we'll just leave that there. Over here on this side, oh goodness, maybe a couple little, marks around the edges from where things have hit. And then from the top down, which you've seen a little bit of tape, a little bit of junk, a little bit of scratches, no hard hits. Well, that's kind of a nice little, the only hard hits are on that side and a little bit down here. And then back on the back, everything looks pretty straightforward. As I mentioned, the controller ports are going to be something on the card. I guarantee you not right there. Video, serial port, power, fuse, on, off. It all looks good. The badge looks pretty darn good for being this old. And then up here on the front, the tube looked beautiful when I had a view of it. That's always hard to show on camera. And over here, the little door opens. We have access to all the little knobs. Volume works, so that's really good. Brightness, contrast, all those pieces of the puzzle. All in all, Ryan SX, almost a home run. You got to just figure out what's going on with the controller ports. That's a future me problem, and I'll probably tackle that as I go to figure out how to really work on one of these keyboards. I know they're membrane based and you want to be really careful, and luckily everything, oh, I need to put the little foam insert back in, and we'll get the lid on this guy, which is also the keyboard. It's kind of anchors right into place to make this beautiful little package of the Commodore SX-64, which we're calling Ryan SX. Everyone have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me as I did a quick review on this. And now I just need to decide when I'm going to work on it. When am I going to make some time to do that?